Okay. So, hello everyone, and thank you for subscribing my channel, and I appreciate your support. Please subscribe to my channel and help me to reach the 1,000 subscriber. So, today I'm doing a live stream video of Sir Fred Baldwin from Guam, known as OG Fred on the Sunshine Shoulders weekly live stream. You might ask, what does Guam have to do with the Philippines? Well, Sir Fred's wife is a Filipina and they have lived in the United States, the Philippines, and now Guam. And Sir Fred has all nitty-gritty. To make things interesting, Sir Fred will answer all my questions from an American perspective, and I allow him to ask me any question he wants. So, sir, you can ask me question.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, my number one question is, sir, could you please introduce yourself, your background, history, age, and tell us why you are living in Guam, not the Philippines, your country of choice.
Well, I'll start off with my age. I'm 72 years old,
Mm.
military retired. I was in the military for 21 years. Uh, uh, Military is my history, more or less. I joined the military when I was 19 years old, and I'm from Youngstown, Ohio, originally.
Okay.
And the reason we're winding up on Guam, if you remember a while back, I had plans to go back. I'm sorry, to go to the Philippines, but after Mount Pinatubo, it wasn't safe to travel back there anymore. So
Mm.
I wind up here on Guam with the intentions of still going to the Philippines. But then I got a job, my wife got a job, then we wind up having a second child. So we decided to go on and stay here.
Okay. And my number two question is, you live in United States with your wife for an extended period of time. Did you have any of the experience of your wife's changing personality and becoming westernering wait, westernering and lost traditional behavior?
No, Sharon, no, we actually didn't have that problem because when we got to the States, so I was only in the military for 1 year additional before I got out. So we were in the States a total of 3 years. We moved out here in 92. And she's still the same person she was, when we moved to the States. Because in the area where we were at, there were no Filipino communities. So,
Ah,
we
okay.
didn't have a chance to interact with any of them. But I do remember when I was in the Air Force, I was still on the base and I went to work and the Filipino Welcome Committee came on over to the house while I was gone, trying to get her to go different places. But she declined because, we had a young child and
Mm.
she's not into the nightlife. My wife is just a simple, down to earth person. She's not into all that sip and all the other stuff.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, I am so surprised because you know the word sip sip.
you know,
Okay.
and she's still the same after all these years. Nothing
Mm,
has changed.
okay. Because you know, sir, there are some Filipino women when they go to United States, they change their attitude and they change their way to treat people when they go back to the Philippines.
Well, you know what it is when they get here, of course, the money they make here is more than the money they're going to make in the Philippines. When you're in the States. So whether you know it or not, Sharon, a lot of Filipinos back in the States, they work two, three, four different jobs. And then when they go back to the Philippines, that's when they do the sip. Oh, I got this, I got all this jewelry and everything
Yes.
else. But the people think they're rich, but they're not. Okay. I'm not saying all are like that. I'm just saying some are like
Yes.
that.
Okay, my three question is, how did you and your wife end up in Guam instead of the Philippines? Now it's time for you, Sir Fred, to ask. Okay. Number three. How did you and your wife end up in Guam instead of the Philippines?
Well, that's a good question. Actually, I found out one of my best friends was stationed here on Guam. So uh, I called him on the phone. We got to talk and everything else. He said, "Well, why don't you move to Guam? There's a lot of job opportunities." And the job I had, I really wasn't making much money on it,
Mm-hmm.
not enough to really take care of a family or have your own place to stay. So I thought about it. I said, well, why not? So I gave my boss 2 weeks notice. And when I got home, I told my wife, and she was shocked. She said, where are we going? I said, well, we're moving to Guam. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks later, we moved out here. We've been here since 1992.
Okay. Okay. And now, sir, it's time for you to ask me questions.
Okay. I'll be easy on you. you know. So Sharon, I know you probably said it before, and I might have missed it, but what made you decide you want to do a YouTube channel?
because I know that I've been watching Rafi Tulfu TV episode in here in the Philippines, and then most of the episode that I watch is Filipinas come foreigner, especially when I
Right.
saw yeah, especially when I saw a Belgian guy.
Yes.
Yeah, he went to Cebu to meet his girlfriend, but his girlfriend took all his money, and then he was sleeping in the circle of downtown is in Osmeña Fuente with I don't know how to say yes he sleep there. So that's why I decide to what if I'm gonna make a YouTube channel for to share about Filipinas scam, or how do this come to
Right.
foreign guy. Yes, and then
Right.
I also had experience. I mean, I see on my two eyes, like even Filipina are married, or they have a husband, but they were chatting with foreign guy for them to have
Right.
money, or for the foreign guy to send them money. And I saw also there were two foreigner that came here in Lapu Lapu because they were a victim of a woman from Lapu Lapu City, and then the
Hmm.
one is yeah, and then the woman is married, and then her husband didn't know that she is chatted with a foreign guy. And then her
Wow.
husband surprised when the foreign guy came here, and then called that woman to the barangay because he wants his money back.
Sharon, when you tell stories like that, a lot of times people think uh, Philippine women are scammers and everything else. And it was like one of the other guys that said, when you send money, you haven't met the girl, you're really scamming yourself. So you can't blame them for doing what they're doing. So
Yes.
always like to think when you get into a relationship, the best way, especially if you're doing a long distance relationship, is don't send any money. Period. Get to know the
Yes.
person, go over there, and meet them in person. And even then, you may not do anything. It all depends.
Yes. Yes. And sir, when I was with my husband before we get married, we went to the Belgian
Yeah.
embassy for to ask his legal capacity. And that I was so stuck on my truth. I didn't answer to the woman who made an interview with us, because you know what she told to me. I know the attitude of the Filipino woman. They take all the money of the foreign guy, and then after, bye bye. And then me,
Right.
I was statue at the time. There was something stone stuck on my throat. I cannot answer.
Mhm.
So that's why I told to myself, oh my God, it's there in mindset that the Filipino women are scammers.
But it's not true. Like I said, and the person that said that had no right to say that in the first place, because that was not their place to say that. You come in, you do your interview.
Yeah.
If you do well, they should have gone and grant you, your visa. Where you could have went and joined your husband.
Mhm.
Sharon, what we can do during this interview, if you have some of your uh, viewers that want to ask questions, they can do that too.
Yes.
If you want to do it that way. So I see you got something from Philippine Antics. Hey
Mm,
guys, I'm gonna be coming your way sometime soon because my wife is from Pampanga. We actually live out in Coppice
mm,
Tarlac, so I like to meet up with you guys when I get there.
okay. Okay, my fourth question, sir, is that your wife prefer Guam over the Philippines, and if so, why or why not?
Well, we prefer to have the Philippines. It's our planning to be there, but
Mm,
when we got here, this is a good place to raise a family. And then, I mean, especially when you have another, child in the family. And
mm,
then my only income at the time was just only my military retirement, which would have been enough. We could have been okay, but maybe not as comfortable as I would like to live. And then I was already working by that time, and she's already working. So we said, well, we'll just
mm,
stay here. Plus, the Philippines is only like 3 hours and something away by plane. So
mm.
it's like we're close anyway. It's not like we have to fly thousands of miles from the United States just to get to the Philippines. So we can go anytime we want to, and
Ah,
which we've
okay.
done that over the years.
Okay, my next question is what advice can you give foreigners online seeking a Filipina or already in an LDR relationship and sending monthly allowance?
Well, I watched Ralphie also,
Mhm. Yeah.
watch his show. And,
Mm,
I mean, you're sending somebody money that you really know nothing about, and you really don't know if a person is a scammer or not,
mm,
And my thing is, I would never send money to anyone uh, that I met online, if you know what I mean, because it may not be the person you meet online, it's the person that you may meet when you get there, but it's not a good practice to do that because I look at Philippine people; they're very proud. I see a lot of hardworking people, and you
mm,
got a few try to take the easy life. And sometimes we as foreigners, we fall into that trap. Oh, their life is so bad. Let me go in and send some money. Okay, maybe you send something once in a while. The next thing you know, more and more emergencies come up. Somebody is sick.
yes.
Somebody's got to do this. So my thing, I used to always think is, what were they doing before they met you? You know what I mean? They
Yes.
survived before you come along,
Mm,
which means they can
yes, sir.
survive, when you're not in their life anymore.
Yes.
So don't send money is what I'm saying. On these long distance
Mm.
relationship, get there and meet the person, but even then, there's no guarantee. Take your time. You know.
Yes, because me, when I've been chatting with my husband, the first time, almost a year that I didn't ask any money from him. And then
Yeah.
for two, yeah, because before I only went to the internet cafe, so I create my own money to earn for to pay internet cafe. Sometimes I make debts to internet cafe. It's okay if my payment is tomorrow.
you know.
Okay.
Well, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Do I ask you a question
Okay,
next,
go
or
ahead, sir. Okay, go ahead.
okay? So when you met your husband on the internet cafe, you guys chatted for a while. How long was it before you actually met him in person?
One
And
year.
did you know this is the guy that you wanted to marry, or you didn't know that then?
No, I know, sir. I know that this is the guy for me. This is the right guy for me because when I refuse him, he's very insists. Please let me know each other first, become friends, something like that. And then the time that I know that he is very interesting on me when he asked me to bring my parents to the internet cafe because he asked my hands for to marry.
Wow, that's
Yes.
nice. So
Yes.
romantic.
Yes, because and then I took my mother and my father to the internet cafe, and then he asked to my parents. And then before he came to the Philippines for to meet me. But when we met first, because me and my mother was searching an apartment together, and then when he came here in the Philippines, I think one night, the other day, I didn't contact to my family, so my father was very worried what happened to me, and then they were supposed to call police. for to search me, because
Yeah.
my father always told to my mom, what happened to Sharon, because she never sent any text or something to call us, something like that. So it's better that we called police. And then my mother told me, don't worry, because I know the place where they live, because we've been together to finding that house.
Well,
Yeah,
another question. Okay, go ahead.
because and my siblings, sir, I am the only one daughter and the youngest.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. So I got another question for you. Now that you're a single person again, and a lot of your viewers are probably guys. They
Mm.
interested in more personal stuff about yourself. Do you feel like you're obligated? When you're on the air, somebody asks you a question that you're not comfortable with, would you answer it, or would you kindly decline the answer to the question?
I decline, sir. I decline, especially there was in Facebook, there was a guy send friend request on me, so I
Hmm.
accept. And then after, he said hello to me, but after that he messaged me again, please don't ask money from me, because something like that. And then I told to myself, what? Yeah, but
Well,
I
yeah.
didn't answer.
Hmm.
I ignore.
So what the guys have to understand out there, not all women is going to be asking guys for money. And so it tells me he must have had a bad experience somewhere where somebody asked for money, he sent it. And to
Yes.
me, a relationship is something that you develop over time, whether it's a long distance relationship or whether you meet
Mm.
in person. But let me ask you another question before you ask me a question.
Okay.
So we talk about long distance relationships. So, question I want to ask you: so you meet somebody and they come meet you for the first time. Do you expect them to meet
Mm.
your family for the first time?
No, because it's depend of the person. It's depend of the guy if he wants to meet my family or not. But if he will tells to me that he will meet my family on the second time, I will respect his decision.
Right. Okay,
Mm.
I was wondering because I hear a lot where as soon as a foreigner gets there, the first thing they do
Mm.
meet the family and stuff like that. And you got to understand, uh, most foreigners got that Western way of thinking. They're not comfortable
Mm.
with that because they want to get to know you first before they get to know your family.
Mm. Yes.
It- so just for those guys who think about that, and most women are not going to feel insulted if you don't want to meet the family right there and then.
Mm.
You just want to meet them and get to know them first.
Yes.
Because if the family's
Before.
all there, you can't
Mm.
talk. I mean, you're
Yes.
sitting there and you can't talk to each other. And you know
Yes,
how it
because
is.
all the family member are surrounding on you.
And staring at you.
Yes. So my next question, sir, is if you are not married at your present age and single, would you still want a Filipina, or would you prefer a woman from Guam be just satisfying or acceptable?
I'd rather have from the Philippines because my intent was to always live in the Philippines anyway. And
Mm,
so if I'm going to be in the Philippines, I'd rather be with a Filipino woman. And the age doesn't really make any difference. I don't want anybody young, if you know what I
mm,
mean. I'd rather have somebody a little bit older so we can have good conversation. We can talk about
mm.
stuff in life. Where somebody that's younger, they just start in their life. They don't know anything, you know.
Yes.
Especially we get that big age gap. So if I was looking for somebody, they would have to be maybe in their later 40s and maybe early 50s. That's what I'm looking at the price range. I mean, age range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. And it's time for you now also to ask question to me.
Okay. So what would my next question been to you? So, I saw on your blog that you're starting to travel, a little bit
Mm,
more, and you're going different places that, people want to see. And I see that you're interviewing, other Philippine ladies, see what they like.
mm,
And am I the, see what's the question I was going to ask you? So, uh, I know you have a daughter. So, what are your plans in
mm.
the future once your daughter starts school or she's on her own? Are you planning to get married again one day, or right now your focus is on making sure your daughter's taken care of?
Okay, for now, I am focusing my channel and taking care of my daughter. But when she will be at 18 years old, or she will be in the college
Hmm.
school, and I think I have planned to marry again.
Right.
If the Mr. Right will come.
Okay. Another question for you. So,
Okay.
when we have these long distance relationships,
Mm.
you're talking to a guy, uh, excuse me, guy talking to you, but would you talk with other guys also, other men also on the side?
No. No,
Well,
if I chat, or if I talk someone, and if I feel and I know that he is very interesting in me and serious, um I I am focused on him, and I give my full time to him.
so do you think it's a problem if you're chatting with more than one guy? Do you think that's bad? I'm asking you this
Um
for a reason. I'm asking you this for a reason. I'll tell you when you
okay,
answer.
yes, for me, I don't know for the other woman, but for me it's not good, because it seems like you betray your boyfriend. So me,
But
and I am
yeah.
faithful woman. I am faithful woman. So I would like to only focus to one man, because for me, I don't want to betray or something, like flirting another guy, even if you are committing to one guy.
Well, when you meet somebody online, they're not your boyfriend at first, and you're not going to
Mm,
know whether you like this person or not. Most guys, okay, women have what they call used to have suitors.
mm.
For those viewers
Yes.
who are not many guys. So, but if a guy had many women he was talking with, he was called a playboy. Okay, so
Yes.
so if you look at it this way, the guy is doing the same thing that you're doing. He's trying to find the right one that he wants to be with.
Mm,
Okay, you're doing the same thing too. So it doesn't mean because you're chatting with other people that you've been not loyal to somebody,
mm,
but that's not your boyfriend yet. That is somebody that you're talking with, and you're more or less keeping your options open too, just like what men
mm.
do, when they're chatting with ladies there.
Yes, yes, I did it also. I mean, if we are still friends or chatting,
Hmm.
yes, I am communicating with other guy. It's just
Sure.
only a friends first.
Right, friends first, because how
Mm,
most things start
yes.
out. Then when you find the one that you
Mm,
like, you let the other ones know, hey, I got somebody I'm seeing. And a
mm,
lot of guys will still be
yeah.
your friends because of the type of person that you are. I mean, they'll break off
Yes.
the ship,
Mm,
friendship because of that.
yes. Okay, sir. My next question, sir, is, you know my story and follow my channel. Am I over the hill at 41 years old and not the type most foreigners looking for? Would you choose young, botalicious, and sexy Filipino woman over aging but traditional and authentic Filipino woman?
Well, what I said was, at 41, we're near over the hill yet. You still got a way to go. You're still a young person in Western standards. Maybe in the Philippines, if you're not married by the time you're 22, you're already
Mm,
considered old maid. You know, but but the thing is, it's hard to find women that are traditional now. They've changed a little bit
mm,
because times change. But as long as they're a good person, I wouldn't have a problem with that. You
mm.
know, but certain traditions I like. You go into the house, you move your shoes, the way you take care of the kids. The way you
Yes.
take care of your husband, your man, and everything else. I like those traditions. It don't mean I'm a male chauvinist because I would do the same. Uh, for my girlfriend, my wife, whatever.
Mm,
You know, and I don't
okay.
expect her to do everything for me because I'd be doing things for her too.
Yes. That's why when my husband was here, on the time we get married, I did anything for him. Cook the dish, make the
Right.
laundry, and even when he's been on the shower, I wipe her with a towel.
Wow. I mean,
Yes.
that's really, I know he
That's
was really small.
Yeah, that's why he told to me, no, 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 don't make me
Yeah.
like a baby.
You know, he's gonna be looking for that all the time.
Yes. Okay, my next question, sir, is you own a house in Guam. Do you or wife have any property or houses in the Philippines or plan on buying in the future?
Yes, we have a house there,
Ah,
and we're not gonna buy anything else because we don't need a lot of property. You don't need all you need
mm,
is one house to live in. That's what we get. But we've had that for years. I think we got that before we bought the house here on Guam. We had that
mm.
one already.
Yes, because that's why, sir, I purchased a house because roof over the head is very, very important, especially to my daughter, and then she is my only iha, which is my
Right.
only daughter. So I prefer her to be roof on her head so
Well,
that she will not
yeah,
have a problem soon.
right. At least she won't be homeless or anything like that. That's what
Yes.
this house is for. It's for my kids. They come back to Guam.
Mm,
At least they get a house and property in the back. One can have the big
mm,
house. One can build them a house in the back, or they can all stay together. It's up to them.
yes. Okay, my next question is what is your monthly budget and expenses in Guam compared to US and the Philippines?
Well, Guam is considered U.S. territory, so our expenses are like if you live in Hawaii, uh, it's very expensive to live here. Uh, since I own my home, I don't have a mortgage payment, and I put solar panels on my house, so my utility bill is very low. Uh, you know,
Mm,
$15 for my power. The most I think I paid maybe 40, $45, and water is about $30, 35. Then of course you got your trash pickup. That's another $35. So it actually it's under $500.
mm.
As far as the other expenses. Of course, if you had a mortgage on your house, then you're going to pay more.
Okay. And it's time for you, sir, to ask me questions.
Well, I'm not going to be rough on you. I never am, Sharon. When I ask questions and all that stuff. But I was noticing your YouTube channel is growing.
Mhm.
What do you think will help you more? When it comes to your channel,
I think for to reach 1,000 subscribers.
because I noticed, you see some of the other
Mm,
subscribers. You got,
mm,
was it Jennifer Terry? You got the Filipino P, how they started out and where
mm.
they're at now. Uh, the uh, the Campbell family. You know, I mean, look how they
Yes.
started. Started out, and they've blown up, and I do enjoy their videos. And I enjoy yours. I don't know a lot about YouTube. I don't know how many viewers you have to have, in order
Mm,
to, make a certain amount. You don't get much, but it's just
yes.
something to do, and giving information out to the people. So, are you hoping your YouTube channel be up around like Jennifer Terry or Filipino P, something like that? You think you
Oh,
might get
yeah.
there?
I wish that I will have more subscriber and viewers, and because when my plan is when I will become like popular blogger or
Yeah,
earned salary from YouTube, and then my one plan is to give help to the charity who take care of the homeless children, like
yeah,
their children, yeah, their children. I mean, children who are abandoned by their parents,
yeah,
especially yeah, especially when I saw on the television news here that there was a baby abandoned in the vacant place and here in
yeah.
Lapu Lapu, yeah, I was very pity. And then now they are in the charity. So I told to myself, okay, if ever I will earn um, much more, I will share it to the charity because that's what my planned and my attitude because me I like to I am happy to help other people And then there was a time that my husband asking me, what if Sharon, God will bless you more, and then you will become a millionaire, or you will won in the lottery? What you will gonna do to your money? And then I told to him, if I will bless and become rich soon, what I'm gonna do is to build a shelter for the homeless children and give them good education, and especially also to the old woman who is abandoned to their children, and then they are in the street now asking money, and then they sleep beside in the street. I really would
Yeah.
like to help them. Yes, so that's why I always pray to God, please make me a rich man, rich woman, so
Well,
that I can help them.
yeah. Well, if you keep doing what you're doing and keep the same attitude. Uh, Another question. I notice a lot of channels sometimes. You have YouTubers or women. They're wearing their bathing suits. They dancing around and everything else. And it makes me wonder. I mean, you're gonna look at a lady yourself. Are people viewing you because they want to hear what you got to say, or
Mm.
you think they're viewing you because you put a fashion show on sometimes?
Yes, me, I am not comfortable if I wear bikini on the public. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's my hobby. I don't know. I am not very comfortable, but perhaps soon.
Because that's something you really don't have to do because
Mm,
you're attracted the way you are. I guess what I'm saying is you have some channels where women who may be YouTubers, they're doing things
mm,
just to attract the guys, but you want to be able to attract viewers, women as well
mm,
as men to come on. So, like I was telling you the last time, the guys seem more interested in your life, whether you have a boyfriend or,
mm.
or you're seeing somebody, than they are sometimes in what you're saying.
Yes. Yes,
So
yes, honestly, sir, they have I mean, so much guy sending message to me, but my answer is I am not yet ready, and I am not yet recovery, and I want to be in relationship when I was ready, because sometimes, sir, honestly, sometimes my depression is attack.
yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. I think sometimes my depression is attack, and then what I'm gonna do is fight for it, and then especially if I heard something hurt words, it affect me very quickly, and then what I'm gonna do for me to think not in a bad way, I close my eyes listening music, and
Mhm.
um full asleep, because sir, honestly, you don't believe if I'm gonna tell you, at when I was 9 years old, I was committing a suicide.
Oh, I believe
Yes.
you. Like,
Mm.
because
I was
that's something that happens over in the Philippines. Well,
mm.
a lot of other places too because of that. Yeah. But I'm
Yes.
glad you didn't.
Yes, I didn't, because fortunately my grandfather arrived, because I was using the gun, and I
Mhm.
didn't know how to do it. If I know how to do if I know how to did it, I think I am not still here. I was buried long time ago when I was 9 years old, because it was caliber 35, and I didn't know, because I was a little girl. I didn't know that you must pull on the top before
Mhm.
you push the trigger. But
Mhm.
me, I told to myself, it's okay if you don't, if okay, it's the top is on the same place, and then you
Mhm.
pull the trigger, it works. But
Yeah.
I was mistaken.
But because life is hard in the Philippines because I saw
Mm,
where your parents live and the things you guys do to make a living from
mm,
day to day. Because nobody's going to come in and offer you a fortune. And I can see your family's very hardworking people. They're not running scams. They're doing what they can do to
mm.
survive. And I know you help your family. Being
Yes,
the traditional type of Filipino you are, that you do help your family. And there's nothing wrong with that.
yes,
Yeah,
sir,
and
we
that's
are
what I
a
like.
family.
And that's what I like
Mm,
in a woman. And that's why I like it, my wife, because she's kind-hearted the same way.
Mm.
Okay. We see people, we try to help. Of course, you can't help everybody, but you can do to help some.
Yes, sir. But even we like to help, but not most of the time that we need to help other people because
Right.
even if it's your family, but even if you help your one hand, but it's not enough for them. They want to take all the arms.
Right.
Mm.
you know.
And if it's not enough, the warm arms, they take another arms.
Well, you have to do everything, within reason. You got to do what you need to do, but I always say before you can take care, well, always take care of your mom and dad. I always believe in that.
Mm,
You take care of your parents. You help your sisters and brothers if you can, if you're
mm,
able, because you may have issues of your own, and you can't always help. You know,
mm.
and you know, see what else did I have? I had a thought process going to slip my mind here. I must be getting old,
Yeah,
but
that's why. Okay, sorry, go on.
that's why I like it because when I see Philippine families, no matter what, they do what they can do to help each other and they survive. Yeah,
Yes, that's why now when we made a house construction or repair our house,
yeah,
we help each other. Yeah, we help each other. My brother work at our house in the island, and then
yeah,
yeah, for to save money for the carpenter because carpenter is very expensive. And because we would like to give our parents a very comfortable house and a
mhm,
big space, especially they are adults, so that they
yeah,
can stay in the lower areas because they cannot go up because
yeah.
they cannot climb on the stairs. So that's
Right.
why we decide to helping each other to build that house.
You know,
Mm.
Sharon, you were saying, you got a lot of your viewers that want to come to Lapu Lapu,
Mm.
and you talk about the hotel that's there. Do you think that they will allow you to go there and do a video? See what the food's like. Maybe be able to look at the rooms. You think they allow that?
I don't know, sir, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to ask to the receptionist in the hotel
Yeah.
or if I can do it. Yes, but later on Thursday I will go to Manila, so I will make a video in the hotel that I stay or the place where I will stay.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So how many days you gonna be in Manila? Just going down just like the
Um,
weekend and you go back?
No, 4 days. I will be there in 4 days, and then I want to explore Manila again because for me I need to take a break and to visit another place again. And maybe I will go to Sikihor next month because one of
Yeah.
my friends sent message to me if
Yeah.
when I will visit her. She is also married with guy from UK, and then
Okay.
I met her and we became friends when we were in CFO
Right.
seminar. Yeah,
Right.
because CFO seminar before, sir, was very struggle because we need to be in the queue at 2 a.m. in the morning. 2 a.m. in the morning, and then the office will open at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Well, that is a long time, to wait for
Mhm.
something and all that.
Yes.
Another question I got you: since you started your YouTube channel, have you had to deal with trolls?
There was one time, but I
Mhm.
ignore. I ignore.
Do you block them or you just ignore their comments? When they come on.
Ignore the comments and
Okay.
remove their
Oh, okay.
comments.
Okay.
But that's the only one tools that I receive. So far from now, no,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't receive.
Well, as you get bigger, you're gonna have people's gonna get jealous, because of your
Mm.
content and what you're doing. So you have to deal with that. Because I know Sunshine was telling me one time get a YouTube channel. Sure, and I'm
Mm.
retired. That's work as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
I don't need to do that. You know, I told him I'm perfectly happy just to be on his show. I
Mm.
got a mind bit on the panel just like you. And
Yes.
and that's always fun. But uh, yeah, but that was the only question I had. I was just curious about the
Okay.
tropes.
Okay. And next is, has any of your family or wife's family visited you in Guam? If so, when? And if not, why not?
Her mom and her dad wanted to visit because he lived out here on Guam for a lot of years, when he was a young man. And but her mom never liked to travel, so we never had a chance because he didn't want to come to
Mm,
Guam, of course, uh, without his wife. My
yeah.
family don't want to travel this far because it's too far out because this is almost like a 22, 22 plus hour flight,
Mm,
that you get out here. So it's a long flight with the layovers you may have and everything else. Yeah, so that's why my brother's coming. He'll be the first time he'll be coming out this way. I think he'll be
mm,
here maybe sometime next month.
okay. So next is, are there any natural disaster in Guam such as typhoon, floods, volcano eruption, brownouts, and events that you know happened in the Philippines continuously?
Guam is like in Typhoon Alley, and when I first got here, we had some major typhoons where we were having power outages for a month at a time till they could repair stuff. The whole island was devastated because I got
Mm,
here when I moved out here in '92. That super typhoon Omar. So when I got here,
mm,
everything was all torn up. It was a mess. And then we seemed like every 5 years we would get one. We haven't had one in a while. Hope we don't.
mm,
But the last one they had is snapped the concrete poles, blocked the road and
mm,
everything else, and a lot of poles fell on people's houses and damaged those and everything
mm,
else. And the other thing, we do have flooding usually down the southern part of the island because it's a lot lower. And remember, Guam is surrounded by water, so we're just an island, that's sitting out here. We got a little over 100,000 people that live here.
okay.
So
So,
Guam is almost like the Philippines, same weather.
okay.
It's hot here. Same weather you have there, the same weather we have here. Lately, it's just been raining a lot.
Mm, okay, so next question is, what type of transportation are available in Guam? Any train service, jeepney, motor vehicles, or etc.?
If you don't have a car or motorcycle here on Guam, you're in trouble. Transportation is
Um,
not good. We don't have trains here or jeepneys or trikes or anything like that.
mm,
They do have a bus system, but it's like hit and miss. You
mm,
don't see it all over the place. So if you don't have any type of transportation or somebody you can catch a ride with, uh, you're stuck.
mm. Okay, so better to have a service.
Well, it's best to have a car if you
Mm,
can, or family members. Usually here on Guam, family take family places, especially family members that don't drive.
mm,
But in order to make it here, you got to have a car. Motorcycle, I wouldn't really ride here. It's just too dangerous as far as I'm concerned. So uh, a car is better.
okay, and it's time for you now, sir, to ask question to
Oh,
me.
okay. Well, it's kind of hard to ask you questions, Sharon, because I don't want to get too
Mm,
personal about stuff or put anything on the air because, I
okay.
respect your wishes for that and everything else. But I'll throw one out there. So, in the future, if you ever do have a boyfriend, do you think this will affect your viewers? You think guys are just viewing you because you're lovely, they like the fashion show? Hopefully, they're watching you because they like your content and what you're talking about.
I don't know, but I hope it will not affect them and they will still continue to support my channel and watching my channel.
hmm
Mm.
You know. So let me ask you: are you a good cook?
Cook? Yeah, I know how
Yeah.
to cook. I am a good cooker, but I am not so really sure if I am a good cooker, but um I know how to cook and they like that I mean they like the taste of I cook. So that's why the reason I am a good cooker. I access. I
Well,
accept.
one of the first dishes I remember eating was lumpia. They have
Yeah,
Shanghai
lumpia.
lumpia, then you got
Mm,
vegetable lumpia, and
mm.
well, you can put almost anything you want to put in lumpia. So I love lumpia. Yeah,
Yes. And sometimes I don't most often, if I make lumpia, I didn't make often meat. I like vegetables lumpia,
yeah,
especially the bean sprouts. The bean sprouts that it doesn't long
yeah,
grow. Yeah,
yeah,
it's just only a little. Yeah, it's very delicious
yeah.
if you put it in the lumpia and then other vegetables, carrots and
Right.
other vegetables.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So
Yeah, but sir, you must taste the lechon paksiw.
well, I taste different dishes and all that.
Mm,
When we do come there, uh, my my sister-in-law, she's a good cook.
mm.
She can really cook. You know, and I was telling you about the soup the last time. I think they called it sopas or
Supas, yeah,
yeah,
supas.
sopas.
It's
Yeah,
rice,
I
water.
love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can put veggies in there. You can put meat. But me, I like it with the noodles. I
Mm.
like the carrots, the cabbage. You know, and you can put all many different type of stuff in there. So every time I go, she always makes sure she cooks me a big pot of that because I can eat that all
Y-
by myself.
Yes, and sopa, sir, is good to eat with vegetables, lumpia,
Yeah.
and boiled egg in it.
Oh, okay. I got to
Yes,
try the boiled egg. So
yes,
I did do the
the,
lumpia and all that.
that's my daughter's favorite. When we went to Lapu Lapu Market,
Yes.
she asked me to eat sopas and
Yeah.
vegetables lumpia, and she put boiled egg
Yeah.
in it.
Oh, okay. You know, so love it. So if I ever come your way, me and my wife, we come your way, we're going to expect one of your famous meals.
Okay. Okay.
So what dish is Lapu Lapu famous for?
Famous here is here in Lapu Lapu, or it's the same like other Filipino cook. If there is a party, the present food is the bami. Bami, it's the vermicile with the,
Hmm.
I don't know how to say, yes, and then lumpia, pork humba, um, pork afritada, and caldereta.
Oh,
Caldereta
okay.
is the bones of the meat. I mean, the
Yeah.
bones of the pork. Yes,
Yeah.
we make it. Yeah, that's the famous dish that the
Yeah.
Filipino or people here prefer.
Because I noticed other areas of the Philippines, they got other dishes that's famous for that area. So
Mm,
not everybody in the Philippines cook the same. When
mm,
I was stationed there, I didn't know that they had different dialects there in the Philippines. Because when
mm.
I was here at Tagalog, I thought it was all the same, and I didn't realize
Yeah.
you got thousands of different dialects. And
Mm,
let's say you got somebody speak Visayan, but if they go to Manila, if you don't speak Tagalog, you got a problem. If that's all you can speak,
mm.
and I didn't know that.
Mhm. Yes, and if the Cebuano going to Manila, the Manileñan people can realize that that person is from Cebu City, because when we speak Tagalog, it's not fluently, or it's not in a good way.
So you have an accent.
Yes, they have a Cebuano accent if we speak Tagalog there.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. Because when
Yeah.
I was in Manila 2005, I think, and then I was riding a taxi, and then I didn't know that the taxi driver is from Cebu City. So when he asked me, "Mom, where are you going? Where you going? Where is your destination?" And then I told him the address. And then when I speak it in a Tagalog way, I have Cebuano accent. So that's why he told to me directly, "I know that you are from Cebu." And then yeah, and then I told to him, "Yes, why you know it?" And then he told to me, "Because I am from Cebu also, but I live in Manila for many years. That's
Yeah.
why he speaks Tagalog fluently." And
Oh, okay.
yes, but he
Yeah.
knows that you are from other place of the Philippines if you
Yes.
speak Tagalog.
Yes. You
Mm.
know. Yeah.
Okay. My next question, sir, is the US dollar is the highest against the peso. It has never been in quiet a while. Do you think foreigners should buy large amount of peso now and purchase property or build a house in the Philippines?
Well, if somebody lives there or you plan on living there, this is time to get your pesos now because this is the highest. Was it been 56, 57?
Mm-hmm.
For the peso rate. And if you got dollars or even if you're there on a vacation, I would buy my pesos now. Well, what I do is like when I'm there and I have leftover pesos, I bring it back with me. So when I go
Mm-hmm.
back, I still have it. So, guys visiting there, they can do the same thing. And if you plan on living there, get your pesos now before you move there. As far as getting a house, foreigners really can't own a home there, but they can own a condo, something like that. Or if they got a girlfriend they're going to marry, or they got their wife, by all means, get land. One thing about land there, it never goes down; it seems to always go up.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you can get you some property, build on it, and this is time to do it because your dollar will go a lot further right now.
Yes, and when I was in the Bayad Center and I saw the money changer, the dollar is the highest rate than the euro.
Yeah. Because before
Mm.
euro used to be a lot higher than dollars,
Yes.
and all that. So it's pretty high. Well, we're talking about houses. Did you build your house or did you buy your house? It was already
Uh,
completed.
I buy build only already house build. I mean second hand house. I am the second owner.
Yeah.
There is a first owner, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm pretty sure you got a pretty good deal on it, when you bought it. And if you think about it right now,
Yes.
if you try to buy that same house, it's going to cost you twice as much now to buy that house.
Yes, sir. Unfortunately, I made a good deal with the owner because supposed to be the owner sold this house at 1.8 million,
Yeah.
but I make a negotiation, and then at the first place I suggest to make 1.5, but they told to me, okay, could you make it 1.550? And so I told to myself, okay, it's deal. I didn't ask any question, it's deal,
Yeah.
because I save more. Because if I will buy a new house and I will be the first buyer, sir, it's very expensive for the little, because
Right.
I saw some house which is built already. I mean,
Yeah.
in the subdivision, new house. But even if it's new, but it's not yet complete, you must
Yeah.
work on the kitchen and on the front side.
Yeah.
But sir, it's a very little. I think 32 square meter, with there are two little bedrooms and
Hmm.
uh little sala and little
Hmm.
kitchen. The price is 1.3 million, and then plus 70,000 miscellaneous fees, and it's very very little. And then when I saw also two-story house, but not yet the second floor, you will be you will be continued for to make the second floor. And
Hmm.
then the price is 2.3 million pesos, and the miscellaneous is I think the miscellaneous is 250 pesos. So
Hmm.
I told to my friend who is house agent, no, I will search a second house.
you know.
Yeah, because
Hey, Sharon, just you
sir,
and your
yeah,
daughter, you don't need no big house anyway. You don't need a super big house.
yes, exactly. I told to my friend no, because she always insists to me, okay, could you buy it so that she can have commission? And then I told to her no, because I need to buy a second hand house than a brand new house, which is very expensive, and um we don't need a big space. The more important to us is the roof over our head. That's all.
Well, are you sure that was your friend? Your friend's trying to get you to buy expensive house so she can get a commission, and she gets a commission and she'll go out and buy a new house.
Yes. Yes, she is a friend of mine. And then I told to her no, because when I will buy it 2.3 million and plus
Yeah.
miscellaneous fees, which is
Yeah.
250,000, so it makes 2.550. And then if I will work on the second floor for to make a flooring, for to put stairs,
Hmm.
it cost me almost 300,000. So no, better to buy a second house so that I will
Yeah.
move already very quickly.
Well, it's nice when you got your own place because you know it's your
Mm,
house. You don't need to be big because once the kids are gone, like if you got a big house, it's more to clean. You got a lot of empty
mm,
rooms because nobody's here anymore. But then if somebody was asking me, well, your kids are gone, why don't you sell the house?
mm.
No, it's paid for. Why would I want to sell it? You know,
Yes.
I'd rather go and keep it. If I move to the Philippines, I still got another place I can go back and forth. And that's what we want to do. We'll stay part time there. There, we'll come here
Mm,
and stay. Unless the kids are back here full time, we'll just stay there more, and we just come over and just to visit. Do my medical either there or I do it here. At least have another place to go.
yes. That's why, sir, when the house of my deceased husband in Belgium,
Hmm.
the one house I was planning to not to sell because I would like to still rent it to somebody. But my lawyer there told to me that it's very difficult, Sharon, because you are not here and you cannot
Yeah.
see what's happening over the house. So better that you sell the house. So that's why I decided to sell the house.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So sometimes you got to do what you need to do. 'Cause if you're not there to watch it,
Yes.
or if you hire,
Mm.
I forget what they call them, somebody take care of your house. You don't know if they're taking care of it, whether they cheat you or something like that. And that's why I say if I was going to live in the Philippines a lot, I wouldn't try to
Mm.
rent this house because I don't trust renters. You know what I mean? You put a lot
Yes.
of money into your place, they come, they tear it up, and then or they
Mm.
may sneak out, they don't pay you or something like that. You know, and so I was lucky to get this house, so I'm happy with it. It's
Mm.
quiet here, it's not noisy.
Mm.
Sometimes you hear the rooster in the morning. We got roosters here too, walking around
Yes.
like
Ah,
in the
okay.
Philippines. Yeah,
Mm.
you know, that's why I said this is almost like being in the Philippines, being here on
Mm.
Guam. The only difference is the cost of living is pretty high here.
Mm.
That's the difference.
Okay. Okay, my next question is I know that you and your wife have a good salary and income. How much would a foreigner need to retire in Guam or in your opinion in the Philippines?
Well, on Guam, the 1,500, is not going to be enough. I would think you would need
Mm.
maybe at least 3,000 a month is what I'm thinking to be able to live
Mm.
here. Where in the Philippines, people say they can live for 1,000, but I would say 1,500. You can live pretty comfortable in the Philippines.
Mm.
1,500 to 2,000. You can live comfortable, and it depends on what your lifestyle is, how you want to live.
Yes.
If you want a big fancy house, that's going to cost you more. But
Mm.
some places, depending on where you live, because I'm not sure where house rentals are there, but I know in Angeles, you can get a house for uh, 20,000, 22,000 pesos, maybe, 22.5 or something like that, depending on where you live. And utilities are usually pretty cheap. You buy most of your food at the market. So in
Mm.
the Philippines, you can live 1,500, depending on where you live. You know,
Yes.
but Manila may not be ideal because it's expensive to live down there. I
Mm.
would say.
Yes. Yes, even in the food in Manila is very expensive.
Yeah, yeah. But have you ever thought about going any place besides Manila? Because it's pretty expensive. Or or are you going to be doing sightseeing when you go there, or just to get a break?
Um, I think just to need a break and visit also some different places in Manila. And my plan is hopefully I have time to visit the place where there are quite a lot of jewelry shop.
Yeah,
Yeah, because that's one of my plans also, so that if ever I have, because I am planned to have on-hand jewelry, so that if ever
yeah.
one of my friend would like to see or would like to buy the jewelry, I will not contact to my friends. So hopefully I
Yeah.
will have time to visit on that place, and then I have also relatives there, and hopefully I can meet them also because
Oh,
they are
oh,
invited me to go to their place.
oh. Okay.
Mm,
Good.
yes. And then they are living in Manila for almost 10 years, I think.
Yeah. Let's see here. I was looking at some of your questions. I don't think you have anything else for us. Is there anything
Okay,
else
I
there?
have. I have two left.
Okay, you have. Okay.
Yes, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking. Okay.
My uh my other question is, the administrative process in the Philippines are slow, redundant, and overlapping. Any advice for foreigner in this area?
Patience. Okay.
Yes.
You know, because you come from the states. You're used to everything happening
Mm,
just like that. Even on Guam, you got to have patience. Seriously. And when you're there, you
mm,
got to have the same type of patience. And so I developed that over the years. If I go to a place, I know it's going to be a while. I got
mm.
my tablet. I can read, my books. I got stored on there. I can play some games while I'm sitting there waiting, for my turn. So the biggest thing is to have patience. Don't get angry, and make sure you got the proper paperwork, in advance if you're going to
Yes.
any type of government facility. And it's nothing wrong with calling in advance, or maybe go in advance just to
Mm.
see exactly what you need. You know. So the number one thing is patience.
Yes, patience because we will be in a long queue.
Yeah.
Especially, I didn't forget that when I was getting my birth certificate, sir, before, I was arrived at 10 a.m. in the morning, but my number is 956. I thought to myself, oh my God, it's very, very high number.
Well, a lot of these places you think you get up, say, well, I'll go here early. Let's say the place opens up 8 o'clock. You say, well, maybe I go there at 6. When you get there, it's already crowded. People waiting to get
Yes.
in, and some people I think probably been there all night just to get in, just get some paperwork done. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That's what I did when I was on the CFO. I went there 2 a.m. in the morning, but I was shocked because there were so much woman there which is earlier than me.
So that's why you got to have patience.
Yes.
When you go there.
Mhm. Okay, my last question is, if you and your wife move to the Philippines knowing the chaotic traffic as you do, will you drive a car or motorcycle in the Philippines or hire a private driver? Explain why or why not.
Actually, I own the car there. I got an
Mm.
SUV. I drive. Okay.
Oh,
And the only time I have a driver if I have to go to Manila, but most every place else, I just drive myself. I'm used to
mm,
it. I'm used to the traffic, the way it is. You got to have eyes all the way around because you got
mm,
people passing you especially the motorbikes, motorcycles, trikes passing you on the right side, or you're going to make a left turn. Somebody's going around you on the left side. So you got to make sure nobody's coming around you at the intersection. But you got
mm.
to be patient. You can't lose your temper. You can't be having road rage over there. So I usually put music on. I just enjoy the drive. I just take it easy.
Yes, because if you are driving, you need to patience also because
Yes.
I saw in the television news that there were some driver fighting in the middle of the street.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to do that. Actually, what I did on my vehicle, I put in dash cams, and that's something, if you're going to have a vehicle there, you're going to own one, you really need to have
Yes.
a dash cam. My vehicle was hit twice.
Mm,
Okay. First time, I'm stopped. I'm coming out the subdivision. I'm stopped waiting for traffic to clear, and the vehicle ran right in the back of my car.
mm,
Yeah. And most of the drivers are not going to have insurance,
yes.
and that's something you got to think about. So, but they did pay my deductible to my insurance company, which is about six
Mm.
thousand pesos. The next person was drunk on a motorbike and
Ah,
ran into my side. So, of course, they're always going to say it's your fault. But we went through the barangay, and they have cameras. They got
yes.
cameras all over the place, so they can see whose fault it was. But of course, I had to once again pay for my vehicle to be fixed, my deductible with my insurance company. So I
Okay.
got it fixed.
So now it's time for the last question to me, sir. You can ask me your questions.
Well, I'm going to run out of questions, but I'd be kind of curious what kind of questions your viewers got for you. If you want to go,
Mm,
we can look at those and we could answer those
okay.
together. How's that?
Okay. There is, I'm gonna click this from David Campbell, sir. He said, Fred, is there a VA hospital in Guam, or it is it just a clinic?
David, we only have a VA clinic here, but most of the times if they can't see you at the VA clinic, we do have the Naval Hospital you can get referred to, or the
Mm,
Guam Regional Medical Center, and they have other places in town you can be referred to that can get some pretty good care.
mm, okay. Next,
Oh,
sir.
David. Hi, David. Hi, Rose.
Okay, sir. Next is from Juan Quinones. How long it take to drive around the whole island?
Well, the areas that have the roads, because you can go around the island, I usually get around there maybe a little over 2 hours.
Mm,
I can ride around maybe 2 to 3 hours. But if you stop to see a lot of the sights, which is really nice, when you're out
mm,
riding around, it'll take a lot longer. You could spend a whole day just looking at stuff on the southern part of the island.
so. Okay, next is from Well Satan. Oh gee, how are the mosquitoes in Guam? When I was there back in the day in the military, we had to use mosquito nets, if I remember correctly.
The only time we usually have mosquitoes is like when it's rainy. It's
Mm,
probably the same in the Philippines too, Sharon. We have a lot of rain, we have a lot of mosquitoes, but most of the time when the weather's nice, I sit outside and really haven't had a problem. But uh, lately there's a lot. That's why I don't sit outside anymore. So
okay.
on base, I don't remember if they still spray or not. I don't think they do because the chemicals in that, it's not safe.
Mm, okay. Next is from Well Satan. What is the ethnic makeup of Guam? I didn't get a chance to explore when I was there years ago.
Your largest communities here, of course, is the Filipino community. Then you have the people Chamorros, who are native to Guam, and you have other ethnic groups. You got Korean, you got Afro Americans,
Mm,
you have Caucasian, uh, Chinese. We got Thai, people from Thailand lives here. So Guam is a mixture of different people that live here.
okay. I think there is I think they asked me question if
Okay.
Sharon, do you drive? No, I don't know how to drive, but um I will learning how to drive. But I already have my Philippine driver's license a long time ago because before it was very cheap, which is 2,800, and you have your non-professional driver's license. But now, if you are starting to get your driver's license here, it costs you 25 to 28,000 pesos because you need to have go to driving school for you to have driving certificate.
Sharon, I got a question for you. We're talking about driving. Is electric scooters real popular over there?
Yes, scooters, sir. Most of the modern now here in Lapu Lapu, it's a scooters, but I it's easy to drive with the scooters, but
Yeah.
I am not really confident because I even for the scooters because I told to my cousin, could you teach me how to drive because his motorcycle is a scooters, and then I told him to teach me how to drive, but I am very hesitate and afraid, so because I am afraid to turn full of the
Yeah, to
and
turn the
yeah,
throttle. Yeah.
yes, I am so very scared. And then for the motorcycle, which is clutch, I don't know how to drive that. Better
Yeah.
for me to prefer scooter.
That's what I was saying because a lot of scooters, I noticed a lot of foreigners have them when I see some of the blogs. And, a lot of times they got the three-wheel scooters, so I don't have to worry about the two-wheel scooters. So most people prefer that one because you don't worry about it turning over, you falling off.
Mm, okay. And there is a question. Do you need international driver license in Guam?
No, you don't. Guam is U.S. territory. So if you're going to live here on Guam, you would have to surrender your license, get a Guam license. But if you just here as a military or you here just on a vacation, your license is fine. Uh, any states or U.S. territory license can be used here.
Okay. I think no more. I think no more question from my
What?
viewers.
No more questions?
I think they are already sleeping.
Yeah, especially if they're back in the states. The only
Mm,
people that would still be up is people from Guam that's watching you,
mm,
probably, and the people in the Philippines.
mm.
So, Sharon, most of your viewers are they from the states, or do you have quite a few viewers from the Philippines?
Most of them, sir, is from states.
Ah, okay. So that's why we were trying to get together on that Sunday because it'd be
Mm,
Saturday back there, and uh, most of them would be up.
yes.
Yeah.
And then there is another question. Uji, how are the locals' acceptance of the increase of Marines on the island?
You know, Marines were here before, so it's nothing new. All they're doing is just coming back. And with the Marines here, it's really going to be a big buildup. There's going to be more jobs for people because once they close down, we had a naval air station here. A lot of jobs left. But Guam is booming. Guam is a place to be. If you're looking for employment, and stuff. And I'm kind of glad I moved out here when I did. And well, you're always going to have your group that's not going to accept the military, whether you're the Marines or Navy or Air Force. But
Mhm.
then, yeah, a lot of people live here are they served in the military or they retired from the military. So Guam is very, very patriotic.
Okay. There is somebody asked question to me. Sharon, good day. What advice you would give foreigner before they come to Philippines in terms of meeting a female for the first time? Okay, my advice is getting to know more the woman before you met her, because there are some accident happened here that you are met on the first time, and then she took all her money, all your money, and then after bye bye. So better that you meet her a very long time on online chat before you met her.
Sharon, do you think that foreigners coming over there, should the woman meet him at the airport, or should the foreigner already go to the hotel, have his room already, and then meet her at the airport?
It depends, sir, if the
What would you suggest?
okay, better that they prefer to meet in the hotel after, I mean, on the next day of their arrival, so that they can
Okay.
relax and
Yeah.
take it out the jet lags before they meet
Yeah.
their Filipina girlfriend. But it's depend of the guy if they would like, or if they want that their Filipina wants him to meet in the airport. It's their decision. But my suggestion is better that they meet their girlfriend on the next day, so that they can feel relaxed and have a
Hmm.
peace of mind.
So do you think when they meet the girl, if the girl is insistent, does that mean that the guy probably won't get a chance to go around because the girlfriend is going to tie him up
Yes,
where he can't
sir.
go
And
nowhere?
then the girl will be at their side 24/7. And then
Okay.
yes, and the girl also would like to they will tell to their boyfriend that, okay, I have friends coming, we meet my friends or something like that.
Yeah.
And then yeah, mostly the woman, if they meet it in the airport and then before they go to the hotel, the woman will be at their side 24/7.
So in other words, if they're not compatible, that means the guy would have to try to find a way to sneak away from the woman, huh?
Yes. Yes. Yes, they they need to go to the hotel, or like if they stay here in Lapu Lapu, and then if
Yeah,
they are not compatible together, so the guy must go to Cebu City and stay in another hotel there, because
yeah,
the woman cannot find you, because Cebu City is big city, and
yeah.
then there are so much hotels, so that woman cannot find you. Where will you stay? Okay, I think no more questions, sir. So,
Okay.
um,
One last question I'll ask you then,
okay.
before we wrap it up. Okay, let's say you were in that situation. You get
Mm,
there, and you've been talking with a guy. You think, hey, this is the guy for me. Okay.
mm,
So he gets his hotel, he sleeps, and you guys meet the next day, and you get
mm,
to talking, and you find out this guy's not compatible for you. How would you handle it? You're not standing there, you're just meeting
mm,
for the first
mm,
time. You're sitting there and you're talking to get to know more about each other. Then you find out that you're not compatible with him. How would you handle it? He still likes you, but you don't feel the
mm.
same.
Okay, I will talk to him in a respectful way and honest way, that because we women have a woman instinct, so we can feel if we are comfortable, I mean we are compatible or not. But if ever it will happen, I will tell to him in a respectful way and honest way, and I talk to him in a very good way, and explain to him in a very
Mhm.
good way. So that's why, if you are not compatible, you can be friends or best friends. You
Right,
can continue your relationship as a friends, because that's what you kind of do.
right. Because I
Mm-mm.
know when foreigners do that, and they be trying to leave, sometimes the girl would threaten them.
Mm,
If it's the opposite, they trying
yes.
to get away. And that's why, you heard me say this before, it's always best you guys meet wherever you're going to be staying.
Mm,
Get a chance to talk. Don't think the first thing you got to do is jump into bed. You got to go this and this. Get to know each other
mm,
first before you even do that, because that shouldn't even be number one on your priority. Number one should be to go there, relax, have your options. You want to explore, go do that. Do
mm.
whatever it is you want to do. But if the person not the one you want to be with, it's kind of hard to break off with her. That's the problem,
Yes. And
especially if you
me,
made a lot of
mm,
promises already.
yes, exactly, sir. And me, sir, I am the person, or I am the kind of a woman, I would like to tell this, that not pushing myself to the
Yeah,
person who doesn't want me. So
yeah,
if I know, yes, if I know the guy doesn't want to have me, it's okay. I
yeah,
respect his decision, because it's her decision,
yeah.
it's his life, and I will not force myself to be
Yeah.
with him if he doesn't want me. That's
Okay.
all. Mm.
All right. That's all the questions I got for you, Sharon.
Okay, well, that's it, everyone. Be sure to watch OG Fred, or I prefer to call you sir, because it's a professional way.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, be sure to watch OG Fred or Sir Fred on Sunshine Shoulders live stream panel every Tuesday. I'm on the panel sometimes also, but Sir Fred is a permanent member. And if you would like to buy me a coffee or donate to my channel as I grow in technology and production, please visit my video description so that you can see the link over there. So, sir, thank you very much for the time that you spent with me, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir.
Well, thanks
And
for
God, mm,
well before you do your ending. Uh, Thanks for having me on the show. And
mm,
guys, if you got any questions for Sharon, please ask your questions. They don't have to be
mm,
online. It can be offline.
yes.
I mean, she has a lot going for herself. Okay, she's a good lady. Do those thumbs up, and let's see what we can do to help her grow
Mm.
her blog.
Yes, sir, actually, there was a guy who made comments on my one of my video, and then
Mhm.
he asked me about my Facebook, and then I accept him, And you know that he told to me about his girlfriend that he wants to rent an apartment, but her girlfriend
Mhm.
insists that they will stay in the woman's parents' house. But I told to him, no,
So,
don't
yeah.
do that. Be yourself, and be yourself and make your own place. So just rent an apartment, and then so you will have your own privacy, and then you can do all what you want to do. And then I suggest you that don't send too much to your girlfriend, because if you send too much to your girlfriend, she think that you are a rich guy, and then she spend the money with her friends outing, spending time together with an club or drinking something. And then please don't send too much, and then don't agree that she manipulate you. It's your own decision, so she must obey on you. And then it's okay if you rent an apartment, because nothing can have a problem with her, because she can live with you if you want, and then she live with you in a very comfortable way. What's the problem of it? And then he answered to me that her girlfriend asked him so much and cannot control for spending.
Well, that's the time to maybe to let her go and
Mm,
move on because it would
yes.
tell me she's just in it for the money. She's not in it for
Mm,
you. And then if you
yes,
stay
and
with her
then
parents, then they figure they got more control over you. It's almost like you're trapped. You're locked in. You can't
yes.
get away.
Yeah, exactly. And then I told to him, this is only my advice, because I saw some experience, or it's quite a lot of happening here in my environment, so I know everything.
Mhm.
Even if the live-in partner, the woman can introduce you as their brother or friends, but the truth is they are living together. And what the foreigner know is it's his friends, because or brother.
Mhm.
It's accidentally happened here, sir, that there was a woman from the island, and then she has a foreign boyfriend, but she has also a live-in partner, which is a Filipino, who is a Filipino guy. But when the foreigner came here, the woman and the foreigner rent an apartment, and then the Filipino guy came to the apartment, but the Filipino woman introduced that guy to his boyfriend, that it's his brother. And when the foreigner and then when the foreigner guy go back to his country, they live together in the apartment. And then I think the foreigner guy has doubts or something. He feels not good, so he came back here to the Philippines without knowing or telling to his girlfriend. And when he arrived in the apartment, when the girl opened the door, the foreign guy, saw his two eyes, the Filipino woman and the brother instead that he introduced live together.
Yeah.
So it happened. Yeah, it happened, everyone. So be very careful for that.
So it looks like
So,
there's no more questions. I guess that is it.
yes, I think no more question also, sir. Okay. So, sir, thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. God bless you, and to your family, and to all my viewers. Please help me to reach the 1,000 subscribers. And yes, and I need 25 more for me to reach the 1,000. And I would like to say thank you also to all your support, and thank you for subscribing my channel and see my videos. So thank you, and God bless everyone. Thank you, Sir Fred.
Thanks for
Bye.
having me on. I appreciate it, Sharon. Take care. Have a
Okay,
good day.
thank you. Take care
Okay.
also. Bye,
Okay.
sir. God
Bye.
bless.